Morning, friends.
Good morning.
Morning.
We got Lisette and Pamela here this morning,
Yeah.
which is really exciting. So,
Here,
Pamela, you've been watching Lisette work out.
Yes.
Tell us what that experience has been like at home.
Oh my gosh, it's so inspiring. I've watched her from day one when she couldn't do an answer.
Yeah.
And for the first week, Joe would help her up. And then there was one day, I don't know, I can't remember now exactly what day. It was like, man, it just like catapulted. Like she went from bam, and she could do the answers. And then I saw it was probably a couple of days ago they shot, and she did over 100 answers.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah.
It was amazing in 1 month.
It
So
is amazing.
I
And-
had to come in and meet her.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. You're gonna work out with us this morning, and it was really kind of you to let our homegirl
Yeah.
Pamela come in and work out. That's what it's all about. So let's just get started with some answers with some bicep curls. We're just gonna be going for a minute. We got our 3 exercises we'll be doing today. But then just let me tell you a little bit about Pamela. So when I met Pamela, the answer didn't exist, but Pamela couldn't step on a 12-inch box.
Yeah.
And 12 inches isn't very high.
Yeah.
So, so some of the rocks that you climbed on yesterday at Mount Sanitas
Yeah.
were probably like 2 feet. And how are you feeling after that, by the way?
I was so sore yesterday, but just like my knees are sore today, and then like my wrist hurts from that little cactus I got.
Yeah?
But I thought I would be so sore today, but I'm not. So
Yeah, and
it's
that's
cool.
one of the beautiful things about working out is that 30 days that we did. Good, very mindfully next time you're down, just make your way into some sit-ups, please and thank you. The 30 days that we did prepared you to do that. And that's what being in great shape is about to me. So Pamela has the desire, she got 2 beautiful grandkids. What do you like to do with them?
Oh my gosh, that requires a lot of energy and strength, and I gotta pick them up, and they're 6 and 7, so they're not exactly lightweights anymore. And we run around, and we go to the swimming pool, and yeah, I need to stay in shape just to keep up with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what this is all about. It's about preparing yourself so that you can just pick up your, yeah, if you can do, oh yeah! I like that, that's great. I'm gonna have to put that down. Just so you can do life.
Yep.
And whatever life is to you, you're able to do it. And yeah, so Pamela started out working out with me 6 years ago this June. Good, very mindfully take your feet out, slide your body forward, support your head, your neck, your shoulders. And we're just gonna do some incline bench press. So keeping our hips down and inhaling down into your armpits and then exhaling all the way up. And so Pamela, when I first met her, we did a lot of stuff because Pamela doesn't have any cartilage in her knees. And so what cartilage does is it protects your bones so that they can slide over each other comfortably. And when you have bone on bone, one of the things that happens is you get sharp pains. And anytime your knees push forward, which is why your knees are probably a little sore from yesterday, is because that's why I suggested we go down sideways and backwards on some things, so that way you can protect the integrity of your knee joint. But when your knees go forward, the force vector comes out through the front of your patella, which causes a force vector to go through your knee joint. 3, 2, good. Very mindfully set your waist down, slide your body back, moving into some answer curls. So what the answer's done for Pamela is allowed her to build up her quadricep strength while keeping her knees feeling good. And Pam, I don't even know, what are you, 35 years old this year?
Yes, exactly. That's it.
So, so she's got this ability to do all of these things, and because of the ergonomics of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And throughout our 30 days, I never once heard you say anything about your knees.
No.
No.
Yeah.
And so what makes sense to me based on the experience that I have training people throughout the past is those unusual angles we hit going up the mountain
Yeah.
created force vectors go through our knees. And this has just been a really beautiful thing. So when I first started with the answer, Pamela was one of my very first people I was guinea pigging it on, because I thought, good, moving into sit-ups, if Pamela could do it and it was comfortable,
Yeah.
then other people could do it and it would be comfortable for share with our friends like the highlights of going all the way up to Sanitas yesterday.
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Yeah, at what point did you think you weren't gonna make it?
Probably the quarter point now that, cause like going down, it just, you could tell like how long it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just thought it was so close, so I kept going, just kept breathing, and I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, really exciting. It took us 2 hours to get to the top.
So that was
Good,
like
very mindfully take your feet outside your body floor, support your
the
neck, your
toughest
head, and
physical
shoulders.
thing I've done. So it was really fun.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. And so one of the things that nobody will know is I didn't tell you let's keep going one time
No.
because it was all about you. It was all about what you wanted to do. And I asked you a few times what you wanted to do, and you said I want to keep going. And I was just really, really inspired. I had no agenda. I had no plan.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to motivate you. I was there to love and support you. And if you need somebody to motivate you, that's a short-term fix, right? That motivation has to come from within. And what I saw yesterday from you was you really had that motivation coming from within. And you just kept pushing for it, and you kept pushing for it, and you kept pushing for it. Good, very mindfully set your waist outside your body back, moving into the third round of Answer Girls. And it was just fabulous to be part of that and to see that because I've only been to the top twice. I hiked it like 12, 15 times.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even actually remember how far up the top was. And we got up there. It was just a beautiful view. And then we got to share a thought about the theory of relativity by our homie Albert Einstein. You want to share what your takeaways were about that?
Like if you're holding something in your hand, it might look small, but it just depends how you're looking at it. So it just depends on your perception of things.
Yeah, so when you had that small rock in your hand up on top of Mount Sanitas, like how was it relative to the things down below in size?
It was bigger than the things.
Good, moving into sit-ups. And that's what often we do. We take these things in front of us and we make them bigger or smaller than they really are. And like the whole theory of relativity is everything's the same size, depending on where you're receiving it from. So taking the opportunity, I love to go up to the mountains and look down, especially Mount Sanitas, because you can look down at all of Boulder, you can see Denver, you can see Fort Collins, Loveland, really Golden, Aurora, where I grew up, and you just see all of it. And all of it compared to that little rock doesn't exist as soon as you put it up to your face. And so sometimes we have challenges that are in front of us and we allow them to intimidate us. We allow them to scare us. And fear, I've heard described as false evidence appearing real. Well, that's a nice acronym for fear. Well, faith, I came up with another acronym for. Good, take your feet outside your body forward, support your head, your neck, your shoulders. Faith, here's the acronym for faith. Follow all intuition to heaven. Follow all intuition to heaven. And what is your intuition? Well, right here in your tummy, have you ever felt butterflies? So I'm reading an article right now that talks about how that is considered your second brain. So you feel your first brain is analytical, right up here, right? And it takes what you know and compares it to different things. Well, your second brain right here in your core, which is why having a strong core is so important, is your intuitive center. And so when you follow your intuition, it leads you to heaven. And because you're connected, you have the ability to connect to a source. Each one of us individually. Good, very mindfully set your waist outside your body back position when you're close. Each one of us individually has the ability to connect. And it comes through mindfulness, it comes through silence, it comes through connecting with your intuition. And so that is one reason why we went on super strong core, because we want to protect our spine. all of our nerves run through our spine to send messages from our brain to our body. But also, like, we have that communication system before, it's very sympathetic nervous system. And yeah, so I like to get up there and just put things back into scale for me. It makes things relative for me, so I can connect and follow my direction. And I think there's lots of stories throughout time of people going up to the mountain to connect. If you can think of any stories, and good. Very mindfully moving back into some sit-ups. And so, I mean, if it works really well for them, like, I'm gonna like go with it. If you want to do express first, you can. Or you can just,
Oh yeah.
just do that. So the order of all these exercises really, in my opinion, is unimportant because it's structured so that way you work a muscle, then you rest that muscle and work another muscle, and you rest that muscle and work another muscle. So you're continuously working a different set of muscles as we go through the workout. You guys are doing a great job crushing it this morning. And Pamela, I'm really grateful that you've come by to join us this morning. I hope there's more opportunities in the near future to do this. Yeah, absolutely. So, watching Lisette from at home and having your answer at home, like, what kind of ideas did it give you on how you could use it to do things? Good. Taking your weights down.
Well,
side by side.
it was just 2 days ago. I was sitting there, it was pretty early in the morning, and we were having our tea and listening to a YouTube. And I was like, hey, I could jump over there on my answer in my robe and my slippers and do some sit-ups.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it's like you said, it's so easy when it's in your home and you don't have to drive to the gym. Get an amazing workout
Yeah,
right
that's.
there in your living room.
Yeah, and I love the gym. I spend most of my time at the gym. However, my observation is people make it to the gym at average twice a week. So that means 5 days a week, there's an opportunity that they could still be working out. And the drive to the gym is 10 minutes here, 10 minutes home, so that's 20 minutes. And with this particular format of exercise, you can get an entire day's worth of exercise in that 20 minutes. Good, very mindfully grab your weights as we move back into our final set of answer
You know,
quiz.
what I like too about this, with the sit-ups, is that it doesn't hurt my lower back.
Yeah?
And because if I'm at home, I won't just get down on the floor and sit up. Because
Yes.
It's painful, and so it's really nice. It's like, oh, I can just bump off 100 sit-ups and nothing.
So, when day one on the video when I was training with Seth, I talked about how we have tendencies to go one way all of the time. So, when you're going down on the ground to do an exercise, chances are really, really good that you're always going down the same way and you're always coming up the same way, which means you're wearing and tearing on your joints, tendons, and ligaments unevenly. So, for example, if I go down to do sit-ups, I like to go to my right side, generally, and now I'm here. Good, you guys can move into some sit-ups while I'm down here. And so right here, if I come all the way up, well, I need something to hold my toes down anyways. But if I come all the way up, now I don't have that support in my back that you're talking about. So the military was having a lot of challenges because people were having back injuries because they're doing so many sit-ups like this and they're not honoring the law of physics by doing some donkey kicks. So now I'm here, and for me to get up, now I'm going to turn this way, generally. Like I went down that way, so I'll come up this way so that I can build balance in my body. However, if people aren't aware of that, which most people that I've trained aren't aware that they do the same thing over and over and over again, they start to build wear and tear, which is why when you have an injury on one side of your body, you usually end up with an injury on the other side of your body because you overcompensate. And so the whole idea, the whole goal of everything that I'm doing is training. Get very mindfully take your feet outside your body forward for some incline bench press. Is so that way we're building symmetrical muscles. And we're honoring our joints, ligaments, and tendons by keeping them in alignment.
And like how Lisette, I noticed, and you always point that out, how she's really mindful of starting on the opposite side.
So Lisette, when we first started working, I literally knew nothing about her. And as we've gone through the 30 days, she's extremely intelligent. And she was like a physics Olympian, I found out. And yeah, so she's a super high IQ. And so the things that we shared, she picked up on really, really quickly. And she put them into application. Nice. So good.
It's very sharp.
Very sharp. Good. Very mindfully set your waist down, slide your body back. Stand up for greatness one more time. And then that's today's workout.
Yay.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
so
is
stand all the way up.
great.
So thank you so much for joining us, Pamela. Thanks for coming in and joining us. So you gotta say this part with us. We say we love you,
Love you. Love yourself.
love yourself,
Love everybody.
love each other, love everybody. That's it. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.